Hey guys, welcome back to the Interceptor, and today we are here with another Alliance War video, and if you like seeing me die, this is the video to watch. That's for sure. So, D69 matched GRE or Greek Elite. We're both in Platinum 1 at this point, hoping to get into Masters, although I don't think they had a shot at Masters. Yeah, I don't think so, but we definitely did. And yeah, we have to win this war basically. So I'm on the paths today of 9 to 7, and then I have 2 mini bosses at the end as well. But when I saw the assignments, I was like, okay, this war will be fine. Turns out I just completely overlooked one of my fights. And it's gonna really suck. It's gonna be a brutal fight, and it's the fight I die to. And I don't really have a good excuse. I didn't think it was difficult. Now, it turns out that in order to solo this fight, you need to have full suicides, 3 out of 3 recoil. You need to have like max attack masteries, and you need to not use power back boosts. I didn't know any of that, so I'm going to go in without suicides and with power back boosts. And you're going to see how that goes. So, first up is this Havok. Now, these boosts, I did boost a little light. Even if I max boosted, I still would have died twice. The numbers do work out that I would have died twice. But yeah, so that 150% power back boost, right there, if I didn't turn that on, I saved myself 1 death at least. And then the recoil and everything saves the other death. Although I did have a chance to make it only 1 death, and I choked by not throwing a special 2 that I could have right at the end. So, this is an easy fight. This is a joke of a fight. This is Havok, Path 9, Section 2. And I will go with a heavy attack once in a while, but I only did 1, and then here I'm going to counter the heavy. And now that we're in poison, I can hit all that I want. So I'm going to do 1 L2, and then I don't believe I get a second L2 off here. I think I just do a few hits. Yeah, and then we're just going to wait. So if I block, there I intercepted by accident while trying to hit into the block. If I block, I drain power, which I don't really need to do. So there I'm going to get my opening, and I believe this L2 just kills. If this crits, it kills. Nope. But, okay. So he's dead. And coming up is the fight I died to twice. Now, up until now in Alliance War, I've never died to Weapon X. I've seen him get kills all over the place. I've never even had trouble against him. And then this fight happened. Now, Nimrod is by far the best option for this fight. I didn't have a rank 3 Nimrod at this point since I have ranked him up. I think Nimrod should have just been sent here, a different Nimrod. But it just worked out that my Warlock, I needed him for multiple other fights for the rest of the war. So what I'm doing here is I'm only doing like 1 attack at a time while Incinerate's up. And now that I have my opening, I'm going to hit like crazy. So there I have to wait out the Unstoppable. So I waited out the Unstoppable, going to counter with an L2. And unfortunately, the last 2 or 3 hits do no damage due to my power back boost. So at this point, what I should have done right here is I should have just thrown the L2, because while I would have gotten incinerated and died, I would have done enough damage that my next fight would have killed, and I would have only died once. But in the moment, I wasn't thinking about saving a second death. I was thinking about soloing the fight. And in order for me to solo that fight, I cannot throw that special 2. So that's my mindset at the moment. Now, obviously, going back would have been a lot better if I just threw the special 2, but I didn't know that I was going to die. My plan was to just Dex in the corner and pray, because that had the best chances of me surviving. So I went right back in. I'm like, oh, that's just a fluke. I got hit once before I got trapped in the corner, and that kind of ruined it. And I'm going to make a huge mistake here. I'm going to throw my special 2, before... Oh, no, I don't make that mistake. But I do combo into him, so I get pushed to a special 3. And then right there, I should have countered, but I don't know why I was dashing back. If I had just done the one hit, dash back, I would have thrown one special 2, got me back to a special 2, and I would have killed him in this poison phase. But my L3 actually does quite a lot of damage, to be fair. I'm going to hit an intercept here. Nope, I'm going to take a 5-hit combo to the face and die. Okay, so at this point, I stopped recording. And I forgot to record. I did mention this in the last video that one of my clips, or one of my fights in this war, I forgot to record. And I'm just going to go back for a second to my scouting so you can see the fights. Okay, so I revived Warlock back to full health, and I went in and I lost like literally 2% damage, finishing off Weapon X. I just didn't use tech boost that time. I waited for my boost to expire. And then I also took, if you can see it at the bottom left, Nimrod. I took Nimrod on Power Snack, Backup Recovery. I took it with Spidey 2099. We used a special 1 boost, got to my special 3, and then threw special 2s for the rest of the fight. And it went literally exactly like the boss fight went the previous war that I didn't record. It seems like I have a knack for not recording big fights against Nimrod. But yeah, I did that fight with Spidey 2099, which is why you can see in the next clip that my Spidey 2099 is not at full health. So here we go. And then this is the next morning. So when I'm able to clear all 5 of my remaining fights. So obviously it sucked to die twice. If you're interested in knowing the numbers, this is the first time I've died twice in a war since January 3rd, 2021. And that was season 23, war number 2. That's how long ago it was. It was 9, actually, it was 2 wars away from 10 seasons ago. So every 10 seasons, I died twice in one war. I just thought that was pretty funny. That's the last time I've died twice in a war. But we are taking this fight against Domino. Now, this is the fight I was the least worried about in the entire war. I know this fight like the back of my hand. This Domino, I've taken this multiple times. I used to take this all the time with Warlock while the node was much harder than it is currently. And then they made it easier, and now it's just a joke. But I actually get insanely bad luck with her getting lucky in this fight. Like, it's insane how often she gets lucky. I did notice she had willpower on, so I know I knew I could throw the special 2. At this point, I did have suicides on. I believe I turned them off for one fight this war, and then I turned them back on for the rest, but I actually don't know that for a fact. But yeah, that fight goes down easily. Never expected that. And here is when I make the worst possible mistake I can make. I'm going into this Longshot fight, and my brain is like, you have a special 1 boost on. You just took that Domino. Well, guess what? I don't have a special 1 boost on. What I have on, as you see right there, is an invulnerability boost. And I checked to make sure my boost was still going. I didn't check to see which boost it was. So at this moment, I am panicked. I am thinking, I am dead. It is impossible to recover this fight. But I'm going to try my best. I'm getting all my dexes nullified, feeding Mystic Dispersion, the Kinetic Transference, and Aspect of Evolution. He's already reached 3 bars of power before I even reach 1. And I'm like, yeah, so I'm just dead here. But we're going to try our absolute best. You see 3 hits in the combo gets him to an L2. That's how much power he's getting at the moment. So what I need to do is I need to do a few hits, and then I need to get my special 2 off. So now I did throw it while he had 3 bars of power, so he has 2 bars. And then there I take a full special 2 to the face. Luckily, I didn't have any of the charges on myself, so I didn't take the big incinerate damage until right here, which is when I had Limbo up. Yeah, right right there. I took the big incinerate damage, but I had Limbo up, so it didn't matter. And then it happens again, and I'm panicked again because both of my special 2 hits failed to power lock. I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit, I gotta do it again. I gotta recover again. I gotta save myself. Invulnerability. That's my last hit of invulnerability. I have none left. I gotta parry. I gotta go. Come on. I'm gonna survive this fight. L2 works. I'm like, okay. Okay, I got this. This is not my last Magik fight, but I really need to survive. I've never died 3 times in one war. Never. Never even come close. This is probably the closest I've come to a 3rd death in a war. But yeah, there we go. Whew, and I'm so happy that I won that fight. So now I have this Mojo. I thought about turning suicides off, but I'm just gonna go with half suicides here. It's completely fine for one fight. This is kinetic transference, a feat of indestructible Mojo, and this fight also goes super sketchy. So I have a Mr. Fantastic Petrify up, but I am trying to get him to throw the special 1. He's not really going to throw it. I block a hit up, trying not to, but I block a hit. I tried to dex that, and it parry backs in. So here I'm about to lose my Petrify. I did lose my Petrify because he is completely unwilling to throw a special attack. I'm still trying to bait it. He finally throws it, but I have to block it because I'm in the corner. Got to throw my L2, and now I'm going to try to drain some power by blocking. Hit him into the block a little bit. Gonna try to get this L2 out of him. I'm in the corner. You gotta throw it, man. And then right as the last second he throws the L2, I fully dex it, and I'm like, okay, I can calm down a little bit. I was freaking out there because I know that if I take an L3, I am instantly dead from Mojo. Instantly. Now, luckily, the anti-life field triggering when he is 5 or more does not degenerate me because I'm Spidey 2099. The only way I'm going to degenerate is from a special 3. But that fight got super sketchy, and I had to kind of clutch it out. Going to throw another L2. I couldn't get him to fail his prompts a single time in this fight. It happened almost every single time that he just got the perfect prompt at the time, and one of the times I had a chance to make it fail, or rather it not get completed by not blocking, but I accidentally parried while trying to dex. And this is going to be my last Warlock fight. It's going to be Immortal Abomination on this left side mini. So this is the Conflictor mini, and the personal poison that he puts on himself are actually going to trigger Conflictor, which is the main reason that he's on this node. Now, I made the decision to just completely ignore his prowess puncture. I'm actually going to take quite a lot of block damage in this fight. But yeah, I'm throwing my L2s with power back boosts, and I'm getting a decent amount of damage done. One L2, I've done about 40% at this point. I guess I am watching the Combat Deja Vu prowess. I didn't think I did, but I guess I am paying attention to it quite well. But the only time I'm going to trigger the Conflictor node in this fight is either when I throw heavy attacks, when I throw an L2, or when I do every 10th hit, which puts a personal poison on him. Because I have a White Mags pre-fight, which is really clutch. Just allows me to not have to reparry. But he is dead. I guess I didn't take as much block damage as I thought. I thought it was a lot worse than this, but that's actually pretty good. And now we're going to go up to our last fight of the war. I'm pretty sure I need a White Magneto pre-fight here. Not that I need, but I'm pretty sure someone puts one on. I don't really remember what I'm doing here. Oh, I'm turning on MD 3 out of 5. That's probably a smart decision. So I had to wait for a pre-fight to go on, and I believe the pre-fight's there. No, I genuinely don't know why that guy moved up then. I don't have a clue. But anyways. Oh, by the way, this was before the Alliance potion change. the Lance War potion change. So you can no longer buy those revives or those potions I just used. So they're gone from the store. But at this point, they were not yet. So we're going to throw in a special 1 boost. This Mangog is an insanely easy fight with Magik. You don't even need... well, you should have half suicides. Or Warlock synergy, but neither of them matter. You could very easily do this with neither. But yeah, I'm just going to try to get to him power locked right here before the buff comes around. And if I recall correctly, I think this is the fight where I get like insanely good RNG on my armor ups, or on his armor ups, and I don't think he's going to trigger the global a single time. I could be wrong about that, but I seem to remember something about like the end of the season having one fight that was really lucky. Not 100% sure. So there my power lock fell off because I had to wait for a little bit. But now we're kind of back into it, getting my L2. I don't really have a ton to say about this fight. It's just like the world's easiest Magik fight. We kind of discussed, myself and Hyena actually, we were discussing this fight before the season started. We were thinking that this is the fight that, or this is the node where Mangog is going to get placed on a little, and we were and we were discussing counters, and we brought the two we thought of were Doom and Magik. He's actually taken this fight like 3 or 4 times with Doom, and I've taken it 3 times with Magik. So it's kind of funny that it just worked out that way. I didn't even have that conversation with my officer. It's just the fights that he was assigning. And yes, okay, he's going to trigger the global 1 time right as he's about to die. So there we go. That was pretty good RNG still, though. I think he got an armor up like 6 or 7 times. But that is actually going to be all for today. That is going to be the end of my video. I ended the war, I ended the war season with a 8-fight war. Unfortunately, dying twice. But my alliance actually did really, really well. We only had 6 deaths. So that's 4 other than me, which is awesome. Or did we have 4 deaths total and 2 were me? One of the 2 is true. I have no clue. But that is the end of this season and this war. We did win this war by like 10 deaths or so. My death total is 3, and my PSR is 71 out of 73. If you're wondering why it's 71 out of 73 and not like a 3 gap, it's because PSR is the percentage of fights that you solo. So whether you die to a fight 1 time or a billion times, it still counts for PSR as not soloing the fight. So it is 71 out of 73 despite the fact that there were 3 deaths. And 71 out of 73 is actually 97%, which I'm pretty happy about. But our Deathless streak is only at 6 right now, so that is Nimrod, Domino, Longshot, Mojo, Immortal, Abomination, and Mangog, just the last 6 fights after Weapon X. But that is going to be all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the war video and the whole season. I thought that it was a pretty good season right up until this last war. And I should have the war rewards posted the day after this comes out. I hope. Maybe. But if it's not the day after, it'll be like a week after because I'm leaving for a week. And I won't be at my computer. I won't be home, so I won't be able to upload. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.